Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Aligned Enlightenment Show, where we are all religions, all genders. We're the plus size one, we're the skinny one, too. So, everyone breathe in and breathe out. Everyone breathe in and breathe out. Baby, I slept like royalty last night. My mom's finally back. Get back to our routine. I slept straight through. She came home late, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wake up, at midnight or whatever." I didn't even hear her come in. I was sleeping good. Pay homage to your mamas today. I know it's gonna get crazy because we're the same personality, me and my mom. So. Anyways, today's topic is gonna be worry, okay? And I actually did my morning routine and fed my birds, and I always give a handful of seeds for my mom, for my sister, and for me, for each, so the birds can protect us. Y'all can think I'm crazy if you want. You don't have to watch. I'm back on my detox. So just really quick, I am doing seed for breakfast in oatmeal. So it's organic oatmeal. Raw seeds are better than roasted, but if you only have access to roasted, fine. Wash them off, all that extra stuff that's on there. Even the salt, just wash them off and throw them in there. I know it's not going to taste good in the beginning, but once you get your palate, then it's good. But I have pumpkin seed, almond, hemp seed, almond, double almond, cinnamon, pumpkin. Yeah. But I'll eat that in a minute. But worry is our topic today. So, we go through our days, we wake up in the morning, your kids they are who they are, they're going to school, or they're out drinking and drugging, or whatever your kids are doing, right? Can't do anything about it at this point where we're at. We just kind of got to let them be. So, what do? We worry for our bills, we worry for... There's so many things that people worry about. I can't... It's a big pool. But how do we worry for our jobs, we worry for our tests, we worry for our cars, we worry about the bills, we worry about our lover going out and cheating on us, we worry about the things that we cannot control. But I'm here to give you a peace of mind about it, okay? You don't have to worry for the things that are rooted, okay? So if you have an understanding, I have beta fish frequencies on right now for my fish because they're mating. And it's so romantic. It's like violin. I love that sound, the violin. I played violin in 5th grade. So you don't worry for the things that are rooted, right? So people might ask, how do you get your topics every day? I've been doing this morning thing with myself for years. For as long as I can remember. I wake up, and it was my Aunt Sue, actually, that instilled this in my mind. Hey, Aunt Sue. By the way, I still have the Bible you gave me in, the 1st grade. I read it every night. The worry for the things that we cannot change. What if I was able to tell you that I could take that worry away? Would you believe me? Now, worry is a muscle that you have to work. Okay? You can tell when someone has worry on them. I think of worry as almost like a video game, unvanquishable habit that we've all incurred because that's how we were bred to be fearful and worryful for the things that we cannot control. Control is such a big thing in this world, but just for today, and that's how I start. Just for today, I'm just gonna go through life, right? Like a plastic bag. You can't pick up more than you can hold in your bag, right? You can't pick up more than that. Think of the plastic bag as your soul, right? We see plastic bags and they're floating around and balloons floating around, whatever you want to picture yourself as, right? That's the term. Oh, her head's filled with hot air. She's filled with hot air. You know what I mean? What if you could wake up every day and make a wish? And know that in some shape or form, someone's going to hear that wish. Because someone is, and that's your subconscious. That's your spirit. So you wake up every morning and you make that same wish until it happens. Don't worry about other people. You cannot physically control anyone else but yourself. So how do we break out of worry? Especially worry for other people. We stop worrying. And know that there's an order that has to happen. For instance, your car breaks down. I want you to picture something for a second. You can close your eyes if you want. Your car breaks down. Okay. It's raining. You make your last phone call to AAA and your phone dies. Oh shit, right? Now there's an order to it. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit there for 2 hours and wait. Or however long. But if you put in enough work and figure out what it is, that there's a divine order to everything, someone's gonna stop, especially if you're cute. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna be like, hey, damsel in distress. You know, you could just sit there and wait for AAA. You could get out of the car and show a little leg, put your finger out. You could walk up to the gas station. And those are the stages of worry, you know? If you made that call and they said they were on their way, then your job is just to sit there and wait and not worry anymore because help is on the way. But in life, there's an order to everything, and there's always someone that's going to help. So throw the worry out the door and start focusing just on yourself. You know, if your kids are bad or they're whatever, you send them off to school. If it's summertime, you send them off to summer school. You know, and the more experiences that they have, the better. But you can't worry for people, places, and things. I'm worried about going to this doctor's appointment because I don't want to know what they're going to tell me. Well, did you put in the work so that you don't have bad health? Because I don't want to hear it. I'm over here working on my divine hood. And that's not being mean. Because what you spell on yourself, what you say on yourself affects other people. I just wake up and I say, I'm going to be the best version of myself every day. And blow out my candle. You know what I'm saying? But there's a saying somewhere, and I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. Ye shall not worry for the things that are already written. And I don't know where that's at, but sometimes I just say scriptures and I don't know where I heard them, but everything is, it's written already. You know, the man's cheating. Beat it, Craig. I would rather see you walk out the front door than to have you creep out the back. Okay? I don't want to be with someone who hides behind my back to do stuff. There's no way to live. I don't care how cute you are. Go ahead, you can go ahead and run with them street rats. You gonna get some type of infection. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we worry ourselves into a problem. If we sit there and we say, oh, they're doing something. Oh, they're doing something. Oh, they're doing something. Well, you know what? You're spelling on them. So yeah, they're going to do something because your actions are going to change. You're going to start acting in a way where you think they're doing something. And finally, they're just going to get over it. They're going to say, I'm doing this shit. I'm going. You know what? This person accuses me every day of cheating. I'm just going to go cheat. This person accuses me of doing drugs all the time. I'm just going to go do drugs. How do we change that behavior? We nourish. We nourish and we stay a good person until they're removed from our lives, because the divine order of how vibrations work and how everything works, you don't, I mean, it's all words what I'm saying. People, okay. People will watch someone based off of a package. Okay, as disgusting as it sounds, if I was a different color skin tone, a lot of people wouldn't watch me. If I had a red dot on my forehead, a lot of people wouldn't watch me or hear my message. Because they worry for what they can't understand. But if you just try to understand it, instead of gossiping and all this other stuff, there'll be no fear or worry. Life just seems so much more simpler when you sit there and you harness, you nourish your talents first and not worry for having to dumb yourself down because Paco over there only changes tires and doesn't want to sit there and harness their talent to save their life. You just know that that's not for you anymore. You let it play itself out, and you don't have to be out vocal. There's plenty of people that are, but you don't have to be out vocal about how it is. You know what I'm saying? It'll all work out. And if you look back at your life and you think about every single thing that has happened that you haven't understood or that you worried for, it always worked itself out. Think about a time when you were embarrassed. It always worked itself out, right? Think about a time when you were mishandled or treated bad. It always worked itself out, right? Ye shall not worry for things that you cannot change or that you cannot control. Because control, once you remove the control of it and you just sit and you focus on yourself, the only thing that you can control, and just water them talents, whatever they are, water that education, water that mind, body, and soul, create that foot scrub, make that recipe. You know what I'm saying? Even if there's nobody there to eat the food, you know what? I'm gonna go donate it out to the shelter. You know what? I'm gonna go donate it out to the raccoons. Whatever you know to be just in your soul, whatever you know to be right in your mind, help is always on the way. And know that there's always an order to everything. Ciao. Do something for you.